Hello friends, I'm back with my second video, and this week we are going to make a functional prototype of hand blender. So this is the hand blender which I'm talking about, and please watch the video till end. I will show you how I designed it in Fusion 360 and then printed it and assembled it all together, and I will also show you how it works. These are the four components which we have created in Fusion: housing, the propeller. You can see the hole which I've created on the housing for adding the DC motor. Then we have this propeller, and on it we have a small hole where we put the pin of the DC motor. That's around 5 mm. We have a ring which will support the DC motor. Then we have this small wall inside the housing which will help us hold the battery in case we turn the hand blender upside down. It will keep it tight inside the housing. And then we have beside it a cover for the housing. So that's how we have designed it. Okay friends, so let's assemble this. So what all we have? We have a 3D printed housing. We have this ring to hold the motor inside the housing properly. Then we have this cover to close the housing. Okay, so you can see that we have given some curves on this housing to make it look little better. So this plate is to close this. We will right now for this prototype we'll just use Fevikwik or some kind of glue to fix it on this. Then we have this propeller which will come out like this and will move on the DC motor like this. Then we have a battery to power on this our hand blender. This is lead acid battery, just under $50, 50 rupees. So I thought, why not use this? 50 rupees for this motor and DC motor, and on off switch 10 rupees, right? So that's all we're going to assemble right now. What I'm going to do, the first thing first, I need to connect all these three things with the wires, and I will solder it one by one. And once that is done, we will put all these things into our housing and our blender will be ready. So we have soldered the battery to the switch and switch to the motor so that we can switch it on and switch it off whenever is required. Let's start putting it into the housing. First thing first, let's slide in the battery. It will go right here in its spot. Oh, good, it's fitting very well. The tolerance are really right. So what is tolerance? Tolerance is when I create this piece, this housing, and when I try to fit in the part, it should fit properly. It should not, uh, stretch the other part. So that's called tolerance. That both the parts are complementing each other. Now that small wall which I created, that will ensure that battery doesn't goes down when I turn it upside down. Okay, so let's put the ring if possible. And I don't think we will be able to use this ring. So let's put the battery in now. And here it goes. And we need to push it a bit. You see, it came in really well. It's so well got in that it will not come out, just in case so now if I switch it on, see, it's working now, and when I switch it off, it stops. On, it's working. Off. So the noise is telling us that everything is fine. Okay, now we need to fix the propeller onto it like this, and our hand blender will be ready. So let's put some quick fix into it. Okay, looks like, so let's put some drops and let's connect it to the shaft, to the pin, and probably we need to give it a support for some time so that it stays where it is on the. Okay, we might need to take some help from this, like this, and it'll stay here. Okay, so I'll leave it for minute or two so that it sticks to it, and then I'll show you how it works. Okay friends, so our hand blender prototype is ready. You can see it's in my hand. We have a propeller, we have a button on off switch which we can use to turn it on, turn it off. This is how we're going to use it. And so first of all, let's test it. I have a glass of water with the sugar you can see on the bottom, and let's see if it can beat it and mix it. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in and turn it on. Okay, you can see it's stimulating the water, and we'll do it for a few seconds. Okay, so let me just switch it off and see. All right. See, there is no sugar, so it's working. So we have a practical working part with us. Turn it on. You can see it's wobbling a bit. You see the propeller is not steady. The reason is because first of all, it's very light. It's not very heavy in the weight because it's made of all plastic. But that's what the reason why we built prototype, right? So we found that yes, it's wobbly. The one reason is that it's very light. Second is that the motor which I'm using, DC motor which I'm using inside this hand blender is very heavy. It's very powerful. For a portable hand blender like this, I should have used a motor which is not as powerful as this. But look, it's working, right? It's working. It can mix sugar in a water. You can mix juices. You can beat egg with it. You can whisk sugar for your cake. You can do a lot of things with this, right? The only thing is I'm not going to use this because I'm not sure if this PLA plastic, let me show you if it is food grade or not. So right now, we do not know. This is how it looks like. This thread of 1.75 mm. So right now the manufacturers doesn't say that if it is food grade or not. Please subscribe to my channel if you like the content. So my next video I'll give you just clue. It's a waterfall using 3D printed parts, acrylic and electronics. I'll be using three things. So the first video was about utility toes for the table leg. Second is a perfectly prototyped functional part, and third will be a fun thing, a waterfall. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get the notification whenever I upload a video. And from my side, have a great day ahead and have a nice day. Take care.